Good morning, traders, and God bless. I am Ricky Gaspard, your host for this pre-market session. And like we do each morning, we watch these two indicators. We want to see as many plus signs in this column that we can find. Those are going to be the movers today, and that happens in each one of these different scans. And to the left of it, we want to see some numbers moving like you see here. We want to see 90 plus in this area. Once we find one of those, we come over and we check the current bar volume to make sure there's enough volume to get in and get out safely. It's not a certain number. We just want to see high volume flow. We don't want to see any pauses in this volume. This is the volume of the current candle that tells us that there is activity going on and heavy activity. We also want to make sure that we see these green bars, which are buyers breaking above this yellow average volume line, which means there are more buyers coming into this stock than average. And we also want to see the My Blessing indicator pointing north in green. These are also an indication that there's more buyers coming in. So to do it quickly, we're watching to the left of these plus signs. We want to see a number in the 90s. We click on it, check the volume. Do we have green bars? Is this indicator moving north? That's when we want to make our decision to get in or not. And if you are new here, I highly suggest you watch these live streams over and over and over. But do it, trade the old-fashioned way. If you're new, write it down on paper, your entry, your exit, and your results. If you are profitable on paper, then start with real money, but trade small share sizes anywhere between 1 and 10 shares. If you continue to be profitable with real money, then all you have to do to increase your profit is increase your share size. Also, I'm not a financial advisor. Make sure you reach out to the proper authorities. I build indicators that tune in on the market for movers, and I teach how to use these indicators. I don't teach you how to trade. But if you learn these indicators, trading seems to come naturally. So make sure you reach out to the proper authorities before you take any of my advice or use any of my indicators. You could lose some or all of your money. Also, in your active trader, make sure your TIF is showing EXT for extended hours. And thank you, everyone, for joining me this morning. We're continuing to make profit every day. Hopefully, we can keep the ball rolling here. It is Easter week. And we will be not streaming on Friday. The market will be closed, so keep that on your calendar. We have about a minute and a half to go before the market opens at the top of the hour. TGL was moving around slightly, but not moving currently. About a minute to go. SBEV already making a run for it. This is what we want to see. So we have these plus signs, then we see these numbers moving here. You're going to see a label pop up right here, and we want this label to hit 95s and 100s. That's when you want to click the mouse to get in. Anything below 95, I would be hesitant just a little bit. Give it a little bit more time, see if it starts hitting 95s and 100s. About 15 seconds to go. There we go, pushing up a little higher. This one seems to be moving a little bit easier this morning. It's actually moving at the 90%. Not moving now, though. Seems to have hit a top right here at 485. Let's see if the bubble comes back in. A lot of sellers currently taking profit here at the top. Not seeing tall green bars down here in the Dominator. There are not enough buyers here to keep this stock rolling. The volume has paused or barely moving. Looks like they gave up on that one really quick. So we're continuing to watch for 90s in these two columns, actually in all 5 of these scans. Profit taking going on. You can see the sellers here in this Dominator bar. And good morning, YouTubers. Haven't seen you guys in a week. Hopefully we can get back on schedule here soon. It's been a pretty slow week because of the Easter holiday, I believe. It's almost like people took off early to get to where they were going, maybe. That's just a wild guess, but it has been a little slow. I did manage to play OST yesterday, which saved the day for me, and quite a few of you traded it with me on the trading floor. I just happened to pop in at the right time. It was not a planned visit. I just happened to arrive right when I needed to. And OST took off. I did knock it out of the park. I needed it. I had only made like $350 in the pre-market session. Then added a couple of grand with OST. I needed it to bring a smile to my face for yesterday's trading, and it worked just fine. SBEV not selling off. It's holding the price, but we don't have a flow of buyers coming in. Looking at this 95 here, but we have no volume. TGL is going down. Let's go back to SBEV. Not seeing any numbers moving currently. I'm running 11 scans this morning. I'm not seeing anything moving just at the moment. Hopefully one of these scans will fire up soon. SBEV holding the price around 420. They are pulling out at SBEV now. Once they sit here too long, people start selling. They get tired of waiting, just like me. I see OST is up here on the Magic Scan this morning. That was yesterday's move. Was a very easy play. RDHL, looking at it. Currently a red candle. Checking the volume. It's flowing, but not a big battle. Very low volume. Maybe it'll trigger some of them page scanners out there and they will find it and drive it up. We'll give it a few minutes. Ronnie, are you running Profit Slayer on yours? That's what I'm running. Well, that was kind of strange. We are spiking up a little bit now. We did get a green bar here. We did get this indicator moving up. Unfortunately, the number's still quite low on this stock. We're not having a green bubble pop in yet, so it's not good to get in. Ronnie, there's a candle script that's called Profit Slayer. That's what I'm running. It's a very good one to run. It brings this label to you as well. I'm running it right along with the scalper. Doesn't look like this one is going very far. Good morning to you guys just popping in and ladies. Waiting for the next one. Got to have patience when you're doing this. Especially since I created this indicator. Now we're not searching for anything. We're just waiting on numbers to pop up. We already know which ones are moving. Still no numbers in the 90s. Just a reminder, these hundreds you see that are not moving, that's because there was one or two trades made, and then nothing else followed after that. So they're kind of stuck on 100. And you'll know these stocks because they have no volume. That's why we're looking for 90s, something that's moving actually. SBEV trying to make a little bit of progress. Not having a lot of faith in it yet, though. We do have green buyers above average coming in. We do have the My Blessing pointing slightly north, but we don't have the bubble for the buyers coming in. Looks like a bit of a slow start this morning, kind of like yesterday. Little bit of progress on SBEV, but they're not really attacking it, or we would have a bubble up here with some percents in it. So a few people coming in, but not enough to trigger the bubble. Good job, Greg B. And when you hear me say good job, that means somebody on the premium side made a profit. There's 100% popping in. Let's see if they can keep it rolling here. This is more than average buyers coming in when you see this bubble. I like to see it hit 95 and hundreds percent. If it doesn't hit it, I don't click. Good job, Milo. I think these two indicators, actually three, have turned everybody's life around. It's kind of like, how did this happen? It just got simple. Not seeing any 90s, 95s. Looks like TGL took a big nosedive. Kind of looking like it's going to be a slow start like yesterday morning. We did end up eventually getting a few trades in before the bell rang. Good job, Nozzle and Gary. Nvidia floating around down there at the bottom. Few buyers coming in. Nothing important. Just some minor moves. PLTR doing the same thing. Looks like the large caps are moving a little bit. So you can also play PLTU on this stock for a cheaper price. Robinhood moving around. Tesla moving around. Looks like all of the large caps are popping in here for a second. GOLD not doing much. Alibaba. They all have this one little tiny green candle. TGL wants to come up off the bottom. I don't believe it's going to, though. Everybody gave up on it up here. AMD now up there on the board. I don't know why the large caps are moving. The SPY is doing absolutely nothing. Just one runner. That's all we need. I haven't seen it yet. Two would be even better. Well, we're set up perfectly, but we don't control the market, so all we can do is wait. I guess that's a good thing. The market has to be in our favor. Joe, there's a label up at the top where you're typing in the chat, the white and yellow label. Click that. It'll take you over to our Discord. You can sign up to Discord for free, then head over to support. They can give you all the help that you need. Jeff, I'm still waiting on the streamer. I think this chip battle and precious metals, or not precious metal, precious minerals, I think the tariffs, I think there's just too, I think that's what's delaying me. I really do, to be honest with you. I'm not 100% certain, but there's something going on with chips, by the way. And that what that problem is I don't know. I'm trying to get this thing rolling, and it seems like I'm in a delay I can't conquer, but I'm trying. I am getting calls from the tech department that's building the streamer, and it's something about the processors. Of course, I am requesting something that pretty much nobody buys, which would be some fairly large processors. Maybe that's the problem. They don't manufacture enough of them to actually have them in stock. But I'm guessing. I'm puzzled just like you are, but I'm trying to get there. Hardest part is trying to keep my cool over all of this. I never knew it would be such an issue, but I guess we're having those kind of troubles nationwide, worldwide. We'll eventually get there. BCTX. Thank you for posting that, Donaldo. Currently at 536, waiting on a bubble to pop in. There it is. There's these buyers. Let's see if this label will stick and they drive it up higher. The bubble, not the label. Only a few people coming in currently. $94, $93, still kind of weak. Pulling back. Need more buyers to keep it going. That's why we don't buy into this bubble when it first appears. We want to see high numbers in it. That tells us there are enough buyers to keep it going. Right now, it's just blinking in and out. The price keeps dropping back. We want to see them really driving it up, looking like it's not going to stop. That's what we're looking for. And you'll know that by this little bubble popping in. Right now, it looks like a few people buy and a few people take profit. A few people buy, a few people take profit. Not getting anywhere fast. Looks like they're getting tired of waiting. Good job, Joby. Well, it looked good. It looked like it was going to take off. The bubble saved us. It never planted itself and stayed there and showed that there was a strong run fixing to occur. Saved us a little bit of money. Saved us a trade of it not going in our favor. A couple of you made a few pennies, few dollars, but not the perfect trade for the stock. Good job, Robert and Joby. Look like y'all are playing these little bounces. Well, I knew it was going to be slow. I didn't know it was going to be stopped. Good job, Tony. Good job, Picker. Don't know what you guys are trading. I guess you're going out on your own, finding what little bit you can make. TGL slowly climbing. Doesn't look like a lot of people are interested in getting in. 96 and 100%. The price barely moving. PLTR still climbing slowly. The volume is so low on it, it's hardly even registering down here on Dominator Master. So just barely creeping. The volume is almost stopped, except for the few buyers that are coming in. Might be a good sign PLTR may run today. We'll see how it goes. Have to keep an eye on it. We are now up at resistance on PLTR. Of course, I'm looking at PLTU, the cheaper price symbol. So we're running into a bit of resistance there. So we have a couple of bouncers this morning. That's about all. We have nothing being really driven higher. Not yet, anyway. Got a few people coming in, not a whole bunch. Not enough to make me click the button. Good job, Gary. MURA doesn't have any volume. Good job, Eddie. Well, I don't think slow is a good description this morning. I think stopped is. It's a tough one. I guess we can't have every day fantastic. We'd like it to be, but we don't control the market. Eddie's still waiting on the processors for that streaming server. It's beyond my control at this point. I'm not just sitting back, though. I'm bugging the hell out of them. I want it done. I think so, Joe. That's correct, C, but there's certain scans you don't change, like Momo. You don't want to change it at all. You don't want to change Magic Scan. You don't want to change the 50-minute scan. I think that's the only three you don't want to change the time on. Pre-market scan, don't change the time. That would make 4. But under a normal scan, yes, you want your scan time frame to match your chart time frame. A lot of these scans, I'm using the time as part of the code. That's why I don't want you changing them. YouTubers, I'm going to let you hang on here, see if we get something at the top of the hour. Since nothing is happening, we'll give it a little bit, see if something happens. If it doesn't, I'll have to cut you loose. If it only had some volume, it might take off. It's pushing up slowly, HTZ. There's the label, where the bubble we're looking for, but it did not stay. Volume barely creeping on this one. We want to see a real battle going on in this volume. We want to see these numbers really flying. The way this one's moving, it almost makes me think social media pump and dump. It's like they all got in and waiting for the other people to come in so they can all sell, because the volume died right after they came in. Robert, which scan are you talking about? Are you talking about this daily breakout? I see you said RG, the bullish breakout. I don't know which one that is. Well, we're past 7 o'clock. I'm watching for numbers to be spiking here. Still not seeing any. Usually 7 o'clock gives us something. I'm not seeing anything yet. TGL, a few buyers giving it a test at 195%. 100, 95, 100. Not going anywhere. ELAB. I'll take a look at it. It is spiking up. Thank you, Stephen. Waiting on a label. A bubble. I don't know why I keep saying label. Let's see if they continue to drive it. Or do they just sell it off? Not looking too promising at the moment. Looks like we're facing a bunch of teaser candles this morning. But we have that under control. Right back down to the bottom. BCTX, a little bit of a spike there. We do have a bubble popping in occasionally. I'm going to say it's not going to run because of all of these tall wicks on the top. This is probably going to be the resistance level. Unless we can get a bunch of buyers coming in. See you later, Dan. Thanks for joining us this morning. Looks like we might as well all take Easter holiday starting today. Yeah, slow like molasses in the winter. That's how slow it is. God bless you too, Buster. You have a good one. All right, YouTubers, I gave it my best shot. It was like this yesterday as well, unless all of a sudden we landed on it and it popped up. But I tried. I will see you guys next week. Watch for Monday. I may stream on Monday and Wednesday of next week if I have a little slack time. And hopefully I do. So watch for me on Monday. If I'm there, I am. If I'm not, I'm sorry. I'll be there on Wednesday, but I should have some slack time on Monday. So thank you for joining me this morning. Have a very blessed trading day. I am out.